All right. So, okay, so today is August 7th, 2024. I'm going over today's price action and trades. So, um, today the market in the pre-market we started moving up, and then we struggled to find higher prices. We went towards my gap fill area here. We didn't fully fill the gap, but we hit a level that I had marked that I didn't have marked but marked later. From there, price started to sell off. I saw this absorption happening on NQ, but I couldn't make sense of it. So if I go down to the 5 minute chart, we'll see that we had a pullback, drop, big pullback right at noon or 8:30, and then a severe drop. I didn't take this noon drop, but I did see this happening, but I didn't take it. I didn't have any levels marked, so I just respected the fact that I had no levels, and I didn't take the trade. But when price dropped here, I took two trades here and tried to go short. The first trade failed. The first trade did not work out. Lost $100 on there. I took four ES trades. I think I got up for what 5 points, and I was risking 10. But I just didn't like how the price was reacting, and I got out early so that way I didn't mess up my account. So let's see here, the 7th, here it is. So whoops. All right, so here it is. I entered here on this 1 minute chart, but I should have respected the fact that the 5 minute chart did not give me a clear pullback yet. And then so I exit early because I didn't like what was happening. So right there is where I exit at, and I didn't like what was happening. We had to pull back, and then I saw this strong candle happening, and I said, well, I didn't get a full setup on the 5 minute. I'm going to readjust my channel. And then when I readjust it, this look a lot neater, a lot cleaner. I like this rejection point right here on this wick, the higher wick. I like that, and I waited for the break of that channel. Once we broke here is when I entered, and my stop loss was right above. And my goal for this trade was to reach this 5242.25 area. I entered at 5282, so about 40 points. We started to drop, but we had value area low here, so I was hesitant in staying in the trade because I didn't want to give back any profits. So here's how I should have managed that trade. If I focus on the 5 minute and not the 1 minute like I was doing, I was looking at the 1 minute, so that made me more afraid of staying in the trade than if I looked at the 5 minute or even the 15 minute. So here's what price was doing, was chopping around, and I didn't like the strong pullback right here on the 1 minute, which had no volume, but I should have followed my plan. My plan was that if we got down here, my first exit would be here with 3 ES contracts, and I would have my stop loss right over here at 70, which I did. I had a stop that's 70, yeah, at 70, which would be a 10 point. I had my stop loss here, but when we pulled back up, I got scared and I exit the trade. 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, we hit my full target. So on one ES contract, so 5 times 40, that's $200 I let escape through my finger. On 4 ES contracts, 5 times 4 times 40, that's $800, right? I did take, but I did respect my trade and took the first exit at my level at what 57. I can get back to it. Um, Down here. So this is like close to 57. It was about 2 points away, and I didn't want to get greedy because I saw the rejection happening, and I didn't know how high the rejection would come. So I took the exit here, and then we started to pull back, and I think that's where I got stopped at. Price never went to my stop loss. I wish I stayed in the trade, but I was tired and I had a headache and I just couldn't take it anymore. And then price dropped. So all of these pullbacks and drops kept reoccurring, and the price never got back above the previous pullback. See here, pullback, drop, price never got there. Here, 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 right? Price just kept dropping. So the pullback would have been up here, but I could have respected this little point here and then let price do its thing to my main level. So with that, I took 2 trades, 1 loss, 1 winner. But would have been a bigger winner if I held until my full level after taking my first profits off. So instead of being a was it a almost like 500 $600 winner, ended up being a $400 450 winner. So I gave back about 200 on top of that. So about an 800 almost winner. I don't know, 700. We call it 700. About 700 winner. I ended up getting a 500 winner. I gave back some profits by not staying in the trade longer. So I wish I did better. But I'm glad that I managed to trade on my first one, that I exit sooner instead of holding it and trying to be greedy. And I just let price work out. And I waited for this setup. I didn't try to force any setups here. What didn't make sense to me, even though price was moving down and I was getting FOMO. I waited for this nice pullback, a nice clean channel that made sense with a nice wick, and then price sold off. Alright, so that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow to set up my charts before I trade, and